Revenger X Kit by Vaporesso.
Alright, so I'm just going to jump straight down into it. The first thing that you're going to notice is the quality of the package that this device comes in. Kind of reminds me of whenever you get a cell phone. This device is 45 by 89 by 28 millimeters, so virtually not a very big mod. Can fire down to a .05. It is a 5 to 220 watt device, and that should be the most important things. So when you open up the device, like I said, it's going to be kind of like when you get a cell phone, very, very fancy. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but I like it personally. I like to see a mod come like that, because if it comes like that, then that can speak volumes on the quality of the device. It's going to come with a pretty fancy little charging cord, but it doesn't matter how fancy it is to me. I do not recommend using a charging cord and charging your batteries through the mod. I recommend if you're going to invest money into vaping, go ahead and get an external charger. It's better for your batteries. It's safer. That's about that. So you're going to have, mine came with 3 manuals. They have so many different languages that it's not even funny. But I'm just going to put these to the side. I'm not even going to worry about that. It's going to come with a piece of paper that tells you, the recommended wattage for the coils that you're going to be using. It's going to come with, if I can get it off the table, your fancy little warranty card. It's going to come with a warning card. And then here's your kit. So it's going to come with your tank, your mod, extra glass, 510 adapter, vape ban, O-rings, and an extra coil. Both this coil and the coil that's in the tank are going to be 0.15 ohms, but they both have different wattage capabilities. I have used the tank already, that's why it's got juice, and I just wanted to test the tank out, make sure it's a pretty decent tank before I did a review on it. Tank is, it's good. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. It's just a pretty mediocre tank. The predecessor came with a spitback protection, which a lot of people really didn't like because it really took away some of the airflow, which this tank already doesn't have a whole lot of airflow because the coils that it uses are pretty small, and they're basically the same thing as like a Smock Baby Beast, which the Smock Baby Beast coils are actually compatible with this tank. For those of you who like Smock Baby Beast coils, as I said before, you're gonna have the vape band, 510 adapter, extra O-rings, and here's your replacement glass. Now, the mod. For the price that you're going to pay for this mod, I think this is a really good mod. No battery rattle, or excuse me, no button rattle. Very shiny. I know this is kind of subjective, but I actually would have liked it better if instead of doing this shiny glass type, I mean, I know it's not glass, it's plastic, but it looks like glass. I would have liked it better if instead of using the glass, if they had just done the same material, not only on the back but also on the front, where it's not necessary to have the shiny glass. I understand with the screen and the buttons you might want to have the shiny stuff, but this is not a touch screen device. It is a touch button, because you can't actually touch the screen. You touch, it's got like haptic feedback, kind of like with a smartphone. There's your fire button. There's your battery vent holes. Your back is magnetic. There's your board venting. Very solid, very nice. Magnets are very strong. They do not slide around. It's pretty solid. Let me throw some batteries in here. I don't know if you heard that, but it vibrated whenever I put the batteries in. Alright, so how this mod works: 3 clicks to unlock it, and then 3 touches of the menu touch button. You're going to have variable wattage high, normal, soft, custom curve wattage, variable temp, stainless steel, nickel, titanium, TCR, memory 1, memory 2, bypass to, in other words, you can get it to vape like a mech mod. System set. So when you go to system set, you touch the menu button, which is that gear button. You'll have time set, so you can change the time on the mod or the date. Brightness, so you can determine how high or how low the brightness is. Puff counter, smart on or off. So what that is if you have it on, whenever you put an atomizer on, depending on what kind of build is in it or what kind of coil it is, it'll recommend what wattage it thinks that you should vape at. I don't personally prefer that, but if you want it, it's there. Screen timeout. Whenever you get this mod, default, it's going to have the screen timeout set for 15 minutes. And I don't know anybody who needs 15 minutes to read the time on a clock, but I turned it all the way down to 3 seconds so that, that's just that much less battery life it's going to drain. Vibrate. That's another thing. Focus. I turn vibrate all the way down because I don't feel the vibrate is necessary, and that's another thing that's drawing on your battery. So I just turn that off, and yep, that'll be it. So pretty much that menu button is going to be how you control a lot of things. Nothing special, but this mod uses, it can go up to 9 volts. 220 watts, can fire down to a 0.05 for those of you who like to fire ridiculously low ohms on a regulated device. That right there is another thing. Whenever you're not, changing anything, or whenever you're not vaping on it, I think after a few seconds it'll automatically lock right there where it says norm. And what that is just kind of a protection to keep you from accidentally hitting these all the time and changing stuff whenever you don't want it to change. So how you get out of that is you click the fire button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then that's how you change your wattage. Hit the fire button, it automatically locks. Well, it's supposed to. 3 clicks of the fire button and it will lock, but if you have an atomizer on here, and you fire it, it automatically locks. So, really nice mod for what you pay. I'm definitely not going to complain. And I'm going to bring it back up to the top. Alright, so now that I'm back on the top, I'm going to discuss a couple of the cons that I found with this device. The main one, and this is probably me being a little bit picky, but the main one is the atomizer, whenever you screw it down on the 510, is really, really loose until it's all the way down on the mod. I mean, that right there, that's like a joystick on an arcade game, and it is like that all the way until it touches the device. And that may just be me being picky, but that should not be that loose. Another thing is, if this is going to be touchscreen, like haptic feedback buttons like on a smartphone, I feel like they should have at least illuminated them so that if it's dark and you can't see, at least if you was to touch them, they would light up. At least whenever it's unlocked for you to change the wattage, it should be able to light up so you can see in the dark. Those are only 2 cons that I found. They may be subjective cons, but I feel like, why not fix those things? Other than that, I have nothing else to complain about with this mod. I think that for the price point, it's really good, and tank isn't bad. Flavor's pretty good. I don't usually use sub-ohm tanks a whole lot, but I may use this one a little bit. Now, I wanted to wait till the end of the video to do this, but my name's Tim. I'm a new YouTube reviewer, or at least I want to be a YouTube reviewer, so this is my first video. It's more or less a test run to see how it goes. I need to get a little more comfortable in front of the camera, as do most people who start a YouTube channel. I've been vaping since 2014. Vaping is just something that I have a passion for. I'm always looking for the newest mods, the newest tanks, RDA, stuff like that. It's just one of those. It's a hobby to me, and I can't help it. I love it. So if you like the video, please do me a favor. Please support me a little bit and like, subscribe, and if you want to comment, maybe give me some advice on how to do better reviews. I'm not one to get butthurt over some critical advice. So do me a favor, and I hope you liked it. I hope you go out and get one of these, because, well, at least if you're into mid-range mods, I hope you're going to get one, because honestly, out of all the mid-range mods that I've had, this one's actually probably going to be one of my favorites. Well, if you watched it this far, thank you for watching, and have a good night.